Yo, what is going on, you guys? So today I'm bringing you guys a brand new sports cards video. In today's video, I'm actually bringing you guys yet another reaction video. Today's video, we're going to be reacting to Gary Vee's recent video, which essentially he explains why he hasn't been so public about sports cards recently and where he really sees the market going from here. Now, before we get into that, I did want to say this week's giveaway is going to be an Anthony Edwards Select Silver PSA 9. We have it on the way, so if you guys would like to go ahead and enter in to win the Anthony Edwards, all you have to do is subscribe, like this video, comment the word done. We're going to be going live from the Burbank show and announcing the winner, so make sure you follow those 3 simple steps and you'll have a chance at a free Anthony Edwards Select Silver PSA 9. So without further ado, we are going to hop right into this video. So the first main point that Gary Vee made about the current sports card market is that it's in a very healthy place right now. He essentially broke down that a lot of people who joined during the pandemic, who joined the sports card hobby, and thought maybe they were just in it to make some money, or moving in from sneakers, right? There was sneaker reselling. He mentioned this quite a lot. A lot of people who were sneaker reselling before, a lot of kids, teenagers mainly, or early 20s, who were sneaker flipping for money. They could not get enough inventory when the pandemic hit, and so a lot of people started moving to cards. Essentially, a lot of people who were trying to flip, make money, essentially for money. And essentially what he's saying is that a lot of those people who have come into the sports card market, who initially were in it for money or to flip or to do whatever they wanted to do in terms of financial gain, they fell in love with the hobby. And there's a lot of people who initially came in as investors in the last 3 years. And despite the market going down during about these last 2 years, they're still into cards and they realize that there's still ways to make money. And I definitely 100% agree with this. I do know personally a lot of people who were in it initially to try to make a quick buck, or just to try to invest in the cards themselves. But I've grew a much bigger love for the actual cards and the actual hobby, especially when you meet a lot of people, when you're going to shows, when you've really built a really strong community of people in this hobby that you're friends with, that you love to hang out with. And sports card shows become more than just something to make money off of. They become a hangout place, a place where you can meet your friends, and just an overall great atmosphere. And I 100% see that for myself as well. I'm personally, this is an investing channel. I am one who considers myself an investor in the hobby. However, I have so much love for the non-financial things in the hobby, such as the people I've met, the shows that I go to, and just the overall atmosphere and community feeling of the hobby. And I think that's definitely something that's incredibly important for the longevity of the hobby, is keeping people connected in the hobby, growing the hobby in terms of people getting good experiences when they come into the hobby. I think those are incredibly, important into, seeing prices go to where we want to see them to go. Now, another big thing is that, of course, the main trends that he was talking about as to why the sports card market boomed was, of course, that a lot of people were into sports cards, 20 years ago when sports cards boomed back then. They now have kids who are at that same age and who are getting into sports cards, and they're kind of getting back into it. So that was a big aspect of it as well. And I just think that the growing awareness, Gary said this as well, like the growing awareness of the sports card hobby is only a positive, and it's going to continue to pay off in the long term, because every single new person that's in the hobby, the base is just growing, and that's just more money to be spent, more demand, more attention, and social media can really allow this to really snowflake. Now, Gary did say that he wants to get more public about sports cards again. He wants to do it in a way where he's not getting accused of, pumping and dumping or buying and selling. He mentioned that a couple of times where essentially he would post up something, hey, I bought these cards. For example, one key example was in 2020. I remember, I believe it was a little bit before the NBA bubble. I could be wrong on my timing. Don't quote me on this. But I know for a fact Gary Vee posted up an IG post on Instagram. And it essentially was a picture of a bunch of Devin Booker prisms, like Kevin Durant Topps rookie cards, Shaquille O'Neal Beam teams, and a couple other cards. And he was just like, some new pickups I got. And essentially the prices of those cards literally nearly tripled overnight. It was insane because I know I had some of those cards and I was like, what is happening? Like, they literally just tripled overnight. And that is definitely something that is, it can be harmful to some people, I guess, in terms of some people's views. It is artificially pumping it. Gary, although, said that he's never sold a card, and he's in fact buying more right now. So we're going to get into that. But yeah, essentially, that was one of the main reasons why he hasn't been posting much about sports cards publicly. But he wants to get back into posting sports cards publicly, but being sure that he's covering himself to where he's not getting accused of pumping and dumping or doing whatever else people are accusing him of. So essentially, he does want to get more public about it. I think that's going to be great. More people into the hobby. He did say at last year's National, he bought a Jordan PSA 10. So another Fleer, which is a good sign. He's still investing in the hobby. I know a lot of people are still, looking at this as a great buying opportunity. A lot of business minds that I know, people who are well-versed in business and the ebbs and flows of markets, see this as a great buying opportunity, as do I. I'm still personally a buyer right now. He did mention a lot of times during the video that, sports cards are going to see their ebbs and flows going forward. And I think that's pretty much like any healthy market, right? The stock market sees its ebbs and flows. Real estate sees its ebbs and flows. Every single healthy market cannot be going up continuously or cannot be going down continuously. A healthy market's going to have both. And I think he's definitely got a lot of great points when it comes to that. When it comes to just having a lot of business experience in other aspects, or in other industries, sorry. But I think that's, a good takeaway from the whole video is that, you have to keep a level mind. Gary was buying in down here. Prices went up here. They're probably now like right here. But at the end of the day, he's keeping level mind, continuously buying in. If you believe in something for the long term, the best times to buy are when attention is away from whatever it is you're buying, right? When people are scared to buy, when auctions are ending low, that's always going to be the best time to buy. Good buying opportunities definitely right now. So I'm definitely going to be making more videos about the cards that I'm personally buying, but this video is simply for, reacting to Gary Vee's video. And those were pretty much his main points. The sports card market's still healthy. He's trying to get more public about sports cards again. He bought a Jordan PSA 10 Fleer along with many other cards for his collection back at last year's National. He's going to be at this year's National, potentially at a Dallas card show, and then in some New York shows. So if you do want to check out and see him at some shows, definitely go ahead. I know the National is, the biggest show that all collectors go to, all investors go to. It's in Chicago this year, so you'll definitely see me there. But let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of the current state of the hobby, what you guys think about Gary Vee's return into the hobby in a public space, and what show you guys are going to next. But once again, if you guys would like to enter into the Anthony Edwards Select Silver, go ahead, subscribe, comment the word done, and like this video. Other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'm out. Peace.